Let's unbox the PNY RTX 5070 Ti OC ARGB graphics card and take a look at its design and features. But first, let's take a look at the box. It is sealed over here. And at the back we see just a small list of features that this graphics card provides. Metal backplate is probably the most important thing on this list. Just want to carefully peel this off. Don't want to leave any of the residue behind or any pieces of this tape. Also, I appreciate how compact this box is for the size of the graphics card that is inside. Let's open this up. Nice. Additional padding at the top. That is always welcome to ensure that no harm will come to the graphics card during shipping. Quick installation guide. In several languages. What is this? Oh, this is a power adapter. 3 8-pin to a single 16-pin, because this is the connector that this graphics card uses. There are no more accessories in here. It's a huge caution sticker. Take a look at this. Electrostatic sensitive devices do not open or handle except at a static-free workstation. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Although I do discharge my static electricity by touching a radiator that is earthed. So it's just good practice, because while many of these devices are not that static sensitive, but if you do have a lot of static built up in your body, then you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. And take a look at this thick boy. Yeah, let's peel these tapes off. Where should we start? Is there any pull tabs? There it is. A pull tab over here. Another pull tab over here, that's good to see. Nice and easy. I can't say that I am a big fan of this shroud design, but this is supposed to be a cost-effective graphics card that just gets the job done. This is plastic and it feels pretty cheap. So it's on the cheaper side of plastics that you'll see on these graphics cards. Some logos at the top over here, PNY GeForce. And the backplate is indeed metal. And it looks good. Much better than the plastic shroud, but the thing is that as soon as you just stick it in there, if you're not mounting it vertically, then you won't see this. You'll just see this right here, which is fine. And you'll be looking at the backplate, which looks good enough, in my opinion, so yeah, I'll give it a pass. In terms of display connectivity, we get the latest HDMI. That's just one of those, and 3 display ports. Also the latest display ports. The PCIe port is protected by a plastic cover. That's always nice to have. There isn't much to get excited about in terms of visuals on this graphics card. These are supposed to be RGB lights. We'll check them out when I install this graphics card into my PC later on in this video. What is impressive though is the cooler. At a second glance, this cooler is actually better than I first thought, because there are actually 7 heat pipes on this thing. If you take a look over there, 5 heat pipes are piercing the heatsink on the right, and another 2 are actually coming out of the heat plate and piercing the heatsink on the left over here. That is nice. And take a look at that heat plate. It is elaborate. I looked it up. It doesn't appear to be a vapor chamber, although it does look like it. We'll see how it performs in terms of thermals and noise levels in my full review. This looks like a solid, no-nonsense cooling solution, because all of the components that are supposed to be cooled actively are indeed cooled, including the memory modules right here and the power delivery system over here and the chokes over there. They're all connected to the heatsink. Nice. What's nice to see is that the metal backplate is actually connected to the back of the PCB in some places using thermal pads right there to help cool the memory modules from both sides. I'm talking about thermal pads over here, as well as over here for all of the memory modules. It features a nice sturdy construction. The build quality is great. There's nothing wobbling. It feels solid, even though I did say that the plastic feels cheap. At least the build quality feels great. It doesn't feel like anything will come off anytime soon. This is a great build quality as far as GPUs go. And take a look at that reinforcement right there. Yeah, that is quite nice. There's additional reinforcement plate running through here. It is connected to the bracket over here and continues on this side. That's good to see. Helps with rigidity. The graphics card doesn't flex, and the PCB is quite short. Take a look at that. It ends right there, which allowed PNY to make this cutout, although I don't know why they just blocked this over here. If we had a large hole over here, it would have helped with the airflow. Power is delivered via the single 16-pin connector located at the top. And PNY recommends at least a 750 watt power supply for this graphics card. There is no dual bias, so no silent or performance modes, just one standard operating mode. Let's measure this thing. It is, oh, actually it's 300 millimeters long exactly. Nice. And in terms of height, that is 122 millimeters. And in terms of thickness, 3 slots exactly. Let's measure its weight. That's 1,291 grams. And that is 2.84 pounds. Here is what it looks like inside of a PC. Quite nice, actually. Thanks to that metal backplate. And from the side, just normal. That's what I told you. Yeah, that plastic shroud design does not really matter if you mount your GPU like this. And thanks to the fact that we have 3 anchor points on that bracket right there, as well as rigidity bracket over there. This graphics card does not need any GPU support whatsoever. It is fine. And there are quite a few RGBs on this thing. Take a look at this. One is on the backplate over here. PNY logo is also RGB. And let me just try and get right here, shot like this. Yeah, basically the ones on the plastic shroud, you won't really see those RGBs unless you mount this GPU vertically. By default, the RGBs are set to rainbow effect, which goes like this. By the way, you can turn off those RGBs completely. For that, you need this Velocity X application by PNY. And to get it, you can just go to the official PNY website or simply Google Velocity X PNY. That's the address that you want. For my personal use, I turned it off completely, and then you can just uninstall the app and leave the settings as they are. I think this GPU will work quite well in most PC builds, thanks to its standard design, black color scheme. Pretty nice. I'll do more testing and publish a full review of this graphics card model on my main channel, linked in the description below, so if you're interested in that, then check it out. I'll also test it at various resolutions, with various graphics settings in several games. So check that out as well over on my main channel. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a like to support what I do here on this channel. And to let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this graphics card? If you're interested in any of the products featured in this video, you can find them on Amazon at the links in the description below. Furthermore, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.